thinking about general classification contention this year, so he says at any rate. Not thinking about it till he gets in the yellow jersey, maybe. It would take a lot for that to happen. And Jumbo-Visma want to prevent anyone from getting their hands on the yellow jersey of the Tour de l'Ain. Down to the final 3 kilometres. Still, Tom Dumoulin, would he be expected to be here this long, given how many numbers the Jumbo-Visma have there, that no one is either willing or able. And we have to emphasise there's every chance it's able. Only those riders know exactly what they're experiencing out there, and a lot of pain and suffering, I think, is pretty much guaranteed. Guillaume Martin at the back is probably thrilled to be here, but he too, for the Cofidis squad, is probably thinking that it might be time to go. Richie Porte has a little look. Guillaume Martin becomes aware of it, and it's Richie Porte that's first to kick. A little bit of a phony war, is it? It's a little bit of an opening attack, and quite quickly Kruijswijk is alive to the danger. Even Tom Dumoulin, who's been on the front for such a long time, is quickly able to handle that one. And I think Richie Porte, is that a full-blooded attack, or now he's going to go from the front? So it was like an attack to get on the front, and then goes again. He's distancing down Martin. And it looks like Bernal is suffering here as well. Kruijswijk doesn't fancy this one, and Bernal, second overall, isn't able to follow the pace. Guillaume Martin looks to move up and around. Nairo Quintana on the left-hand side of the group in the red of Arkea Samsic looks to respond, but it's 3 riders for the Jumbo-Visma squad on the front, including Primož Roglič. Roglič is going to slot in second place behind Kruijswijk, and what a fantastic response from the Jumbo-Visma squad as Dan Martin tries to fight his way back on, and Bernal too trying to get up and onto the tail of the man that kicked that one off, Richie Porte. And Bernal looks like he's really in trouble here.
Yeah, he's trying to kind of ride within himself. I don't think it's a bluff. If it is, he's doing a magnificent job. But you know, you have to kind of test him out. And you know, that attack, I thought it would come from Jumbo-Visma, but it didn't. It came from Richie Porte. And you know, if this was another race, another big race, he would be having to kind of hold back and look after Mollema, who's suffering a little bit today because of the. You know, the way this race sits, they can afford to be able to do this. Fourth in this race isn't you know, against a potential stage win, and that's what Richie Porte is trying to do. He's trying to get this potential stage win, but now we get 2 against 1. We've got George Bennett and Primož Roglič against Bernal, but Bernal, when he's been sitting back, he's been losing the wheel, but he's been coming back. The one for me is Quintana. Quintana still looks okay, and you know, with just over 2 kilometres to go, he has got the potential to try and win this stage today, but Roglič still looks as if he is at ease.
Well, Quintana, if he's going to win this race, needs to win the stage, and he needs time as well. He's 16 seconds back, so is he thinking only about the stage honours, or is he thinking about Egan Bernal back onto the back of this group? On the front is George Bennett, of course. Guillaume Martin just in front of Bernal, second from the back. Richie Porte just in front of him. Bennett takes a gulp. Final opportunity for sustenance as Primož Roglič is going to get a lead out through to the conclusion of this one. Tom Dumoulin's going to try and fight his way back on. The attack comes once more from Richie Porte, and it's immediately covered, and instantly covered indeed by Bennett. So Primož Roglič not having to do his own chasing just yet. Still 1,700 metres to the line, still a long way to go. And it's Richie Porte that is covered by George Bennett. Primož Roglič having to close this one, so maybe he's suffering just a little bit, but he does it apparently without too much difficulty. And then,
yeah, Bernal was okay that time, that acceleration, so Bernal was okay at the back. So he is he's kind of hanging on at the moment. I don't think at this point you really want to be sitting at the back because of these attacks and these accelerations. All it needs is somebody to lose the wheel in front of you. But Quintana hasn't done anything. Richie Porte's just trying to win the stage. But you know, you would think that because he's so far down, they'd let him go. No, the Jumbo-Visma want to win this stage as well.
Yeah, they've got the numbers up there, and they're not going to give anything away for free. For all that, Richie Porte is 50-something overall. He's way out of contention. It's over 12 minutes yesterday, and now Primož Roglič just dangling on the back. He's loitering, and he finds himself on the wheel of Guillaume Martin and just ahead of Egan Bernal. But Bernal, well, I think he's just fighting to survive as the kite beckons. Just over 1,000 metres of racing left in Tour de l'Ain. George Bennett continues to wind it along on the front. In his wake, Richie Porte. And Nairo Quintana is, as you have said, Brian, well, you just wonder when he's going to show something. Maybe he's of a mind not to show too much, but he looks to me like a rider who has something more to give if he chooses fit to show it.
He does look comfortable enough, but it's Richie Porte. This is the third time, and look who it is. It's Quintana straight on him. Quintana is thinking of trying to win this stage today, and he has got something. Whether we're going to see an attack, we'll wait and see. But George Bennett is good enough and fresh enough to jump onto the wheel of Richie Porte. But Richie Porte's still trying his hardest to try and win this stage, but he isn't getting any gap whatsoever.
Well, that attack, of course, by Richie Porte is preventing Tom Dumoulin from getting back involved and producing one of his great lead-outs. It was a super lead-out on stage one that helped Primož Roglič to second place. And that second place finish, of course, means that Egan Bernal, if he's to win the stage, and even if Primož Roglič were outside the bonuses, he does need at least a second gain on top of that. So he needs a gap. And there is the attack from Egan Bernal. He's going to have a cut. Primož Roglič goes on the inside to try and cover it. Pretty quickly gets onto the wheel of the Colombian. And they get a bit of daylight between themselves and Nairo Quintana. Quintana having to respond. Egan Bernal, was he bluffing all along? Well, he's managed to draw himself clear of the rest. Primož Roglič is right with him, but he is under intense pressure. Primož Roglič just lying off the wheel of Egan Bernal, looking to go up and onto the shoulder of the Colombian rider. They've put some daylight between themselves and the rest. This is worth persevering with. Egan Bernal wants to go toe-to-toe into the final kilometre with Primož Roglič. Roglič just rolls up and over Egan Bernal as if to say, I've got this one covered. And indeed, you know what? I think I might just scoop a second stage victory while I'm at it. Egan Bernal now fighting to stay in the wheel of the overall race leader, who kicks again. Primož Roglič goes again across the grate, and within the last 100 metres, no one is going to prevent this man from taking the stage victory. A second successive stage victory, and with it, the overall success in Tour de l'Ain. He takes it up to the line, and Tour de l'Ain has been a successful foray, a successful project for the Jumbo-Visma squad. It is stage honours, and with it, overall honours indeed for Primož Roglič from Egan Bernal. Nairo Quintana, Guillaume Martin gets up for fourth on the day. It's been a great and useful exercise for all, and a superb bike race to watch. But it's Primož Roglič who just had too much in the tank. The entire Jumbo-Visma squad will be very satisfied with this, not least Tom Dumoulin after his great contribution. George Bennett as well has done great work today. It's been all for the yellow hordes of the Jumbo-Visma team, and particularly for Primož Roglič, who takes another victory. That's 3 in 5 days of racing so far this year. It's going well for Roglič in his preparation for battles to come.
Yeah, I don't think Bernal was bluffing there. I think he was just a fighter. He knew he had to fight after Ineos were riding on the front all day, and it was a valiant effort, but second best in the end.
Well, Primož Roglič has delivered as expected in this final day of racing. It's still fist bump.